And hello, and bonjour, 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 bonjour. Let's see what the vibe is for today. What is going on? It was a beautiful Mercury day, and I hope you had a beautiful one as well. The wheel in reverse. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. The Seven of Swords. This Nine of Swords has been coming out a lot. And I also split there the Queen of Pentacles. I'll take her, actually. And let's get one more. That's really funny. And then we have the Moon here in reverse. Okay, well, I'll be so real with you. I started a reading and then I stopped it or whatever, and quite literally the same thing is coming right back out or whatever. And naturally with the wheel, when the Wheel of Fortune is in reverse, that's kind of just like more or less think of like a jam in a wheel, right? When there's a jam in, perhaps as we have right now, this Wheel of Fortune, it can hinder progression. It could hinder progression. It's like, it feels like a very stagnant kind of energy, right? And then we also have the Seven of Swords and the Moon in reverse. Very deceptive, very manipulative kind of like energies here and whatnot. And then we also have the Fool here in reverse. And that's also a blocked kind of energy as well. So there's something like about just something purposely or just, intentionally being or trying to be blocked and whatnot here. And like I said, the Queen of Pentacles here. This is the energy of somebody who prioritizes themselves, who nurtures themselves. I was looking at this reading this one time and I really liked the way this reader described the Queen of Pentacles as someone who also nurtures their own pentacles. So like focused on their own pentacles. So like the pentacles being like, because pentacles represent, things that can like bloom. It's a tangible kind of energy as well, you know what I mean? And it feels as though there's more or less like a focus on whatever it is that you have going on your own pentacles, you know what I mean? Like there's a sense of detachment here. And naturally, like when you really truly decide to step back and call your energy back in whichever way that you can or whatever, that infuriates a lot of people who benefited from, I'll say, your lack of boundaries and something of this nature, right? But then the thing is though, right, with the Seven of Swords and the Moon both being in reverse, that's kind of just like something being unmasked anyway, you know what I mean? It's kind of like seeing through some kind of, it's seeing through something. Which I want to say with the Seven of Swords and the Moon. Yeah, the Death in reverse. This is like being really resistant to change, not wanting to let go. And the Hanged Man as well too, in reverse, which is also a very stagnant kind of energy here. And the thing is like as well too, right, when people see you deciding to naturally, with this Queen of Pentacles, focus on your own pentacles and everything, and that naturally elevates you, and just, because when you pour your energy into yourself and the things that you love, and you're not focused on what Tom, Dick, and Harry have going on, that's a very beautiful thing, and that's like a very potent kind of thing you have going on there. And the thing is like as well too, people who are always invested in what everyone else has going on except themselves, when they see a person who that they are invested in kind of evolving in some way, shape, or form, that's very triggering. And never underestimate what a person would do when you trigger them, more or less here. So what's the point here? What am I saying? Because where are we going with this? I keep seeing this Fool here in reverse. We have the Ace of Wands here at the top, the Nine of Cups. That's a very beautiful energy. And then we have the Hierophant. And what's coming to my mind to say is to just simply stay on track, and to continue to focus on what it is that you want to focus on. Continue exploring all the beautiful aspects of yourself with this Ace of Wands here. Continue, you know, following, perhaps in this case, that white rabbit, and that white rabbit just being, you know, your curiosity and the things that is calling to you. Continue focusing on your pentacles, and don't let anything hinder your growth. You know what I mean? Like, don't forget how far you've come and how much you've put into yourself and the things that you like, love, and whatever. You know what I mean? Don't let any outside noise interfere with that. You know what I mean? Because really what it is that the way we treat people is simply just a reflection of ourselves and how we feel about ourselves. You know what I mean? A person who feels completed and whole within themselves and who loves themselves, they don't go out of their way to, you know, interfere or just sabotage or just, you know, people who love themselves don't do that. Before I actually started this, I just kept hearing the word jeering, and that's just like kind of just like a mocking kind of energy or whatever. And, you know, yeah, like, and that's the thing, like, as well too, people who operate in that manner, and I'm not even like saying this like in a, it is just like, it is what it is, you know, like people who go out of their way to kind of mock people or shame people who aren't hurting, or, you know, just simply being themselves and existing or whatever. They think that that has an effect on people, because if that was being done to them, like they actually care or whatever. That's what I'm just saying here. Like with this Queen of Pentacles, it's a very important thing to just be so well-rounded within yourself and to validate yourself in the ways that you know that you want and that you need or whatever, because when you provide that sense of validation for yourself, you don't have to rely on it from anyone else outside of you. You know what I mean? Whatever it is that you are looking for, whatever it is that we need, we already have it within us. There's nothing, sure, the outside can serve it as like an extension to like help or whatever, but, you know, whatever it is that you're desiring or wanting, you have the power within you to give it to yourself. Right? Okay. The Seven of Cups in reverse. Continue choosing you. Continue choosing what chooses you as well. Continue choosing the things that benefit you. Continue to choose the truth. You know what I mean? Because this can focus like on natural, like on illusions and everything of this nature. Yeah, continue choosing the truth. No matter how uncomfortable it might seem sometimes, or shake things up or whatever, but the truth, always like showing up and choosing the truth each and every single day or whatever, brings you closer to yourself, right? It's exhausting wearing a mask. It's exhausting living a lie. So that's why I'm always going to be preaching about, just be true to yourself. You know what I mean? And naturally, in that energy of continuously choosing yourself, anyone that doesn't align with truth, whatever, they must peel away, fall away, or whatever. And naturally, if you just being yourself, not harming or having any ill intent towards anyone, triggers people, then just know that you're doing something right. Okay? But it's not even about them. It's really not. In a world where we're taught to, you know, not really love ourselves or to be authentic, it's a very beautiful and it's a very powerful and a magical thing to do the exact opposite. So yeah.